Hi, nice to see you. Welcome here at EVA'Z Yoga and Pilates. Nice that you're going to join the Pilates class for 1 hour. I hope you have a ball. If you don't have a ball, you can use a folded blanket, a pillow, or a towel. And it's approximately like 23 centimeters or 26 centimeters. So it's nice to hold it, and it gives you some support, and it also gives you some guidance, a ball. You can order them at my place or also online. You can find Pilates balls in the particular sizes. It's going to be a core practice. You can adjust the exercises if you want to, and be playful, be joyful, and listen carefully to the instructions. I see you on the mat. Nice day to do some workout, and you need a ball, and then if you have the ball, you can squeeze it in between your thighs. You can also use an imaginary ball, so think of like squeezing a ball in between your thighs. Make sure that you have your feet hip distance apart, not too close by, because otherwise you're going to stand with O-shaped legs, or if you have your feet too far apart with X-shaped legs. So that's why it's very important to have your feet hip distance apart. Push your soles of your feet firmly down into the floor. It helps you to engage much more of your thigh muscles, and then try to push your hips slightly forward. Then lift slowly your shoulders up towards the ears and then slowly roll them back just to warm your shoulders up. Start moving in a very slow way, precise way, so you can feel how you can activate your body today. And listen to your body carefully, because you don't want to hurt yourself. You want to make yourself stronger and more flexible, so it's easier and nicer to move around. Lift your shoulders up towards the ears and then slowly roll them down and bring them now forwards and roll them down. So backwards and forwards. Up and forwards, go down. 2 to go. There we go. And this is the final one. Go forward. Then turn your shoulders back and lower them down and lift your arms sideways and up. If you have a shoulder issue, then it might be easier to bring your arms forwards and up. So inhale, lift the arms, look up, reach up. Exhale, squeeze the ball, engage your abdominal muscles by pulling your navel in and up. Exhale, lower the arms sideways down. Inhale, lift, interlace the fingers above the head. Now turn the palms open towards the ceiling and push your hips slightly more forward. It helps you to engage your thigh muscles, which helps you to protect your lower back. So you want to lift your ribcage up towards the ceiling. You want to micro bend yourself a little bit backwards. So push your shoulders back, lift your chin, lift your nose up in the sky, because you want to maintain a long neck. So don't fold your neck in twos. Lift your ribcage even higher on the inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the arms and interlace the fingers behind your back. Now stretch your arms, bend your knees, and try to lean forward with your chest. Bend your knees. Makes it easier to bring the chest closer to your thighs, and then drop the head. Shake your head. Move your shoulders away from the ears, create space, and then slowly drop your hands towards the floor. Reaching with your fingertips over the floor forwards, pointing your thumbs up, lowering your pinky fingers on the floor. How far can you sit back? And then lift one arm at a time. Try to keep your back as still as possible. So imagine that there is a tray on your back with some coffee or nice tea. So don't spill it. Keep it nice and still. Up and down. Lifting your chest, broadening your shoulders, creating space for your collarbones. For 4 to go. 4 and 3. Squeeze the ball, even if you have an imaginary ball. And this is the final one. And then lift your opposite arm as well. Both arms go up and down. Up and down. You can look at the floor when you go down. You can go look up when you go up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach forward. Now lift your buttocks away from the floor and straighten your legs. Now lift your arms all the way up, and then exhale slowly. Arms go down. Inhale, lift. Hands flat together. Lower the hands in front of the center of your chest, the sternum. Bend your knees. Push your elbows nice and wide, and then turn on an exhale to the right. Can you look over the right shoulder? Inhale, back to center. Exhale, turn to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Try to keep your knees and your hips as still as possible. Inhale back to center and turn to the right. Once more, exhale. Go deeper into the pose. Inhale back to center. And once more, go to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Squeezing the ball really nicely with your thighs. And then inhale back to center. Lift both of your arms all the way up. Lengthen your left arm even longer. Try to aim for the ceiling. And then push your right hand in front of your belly towards the left. Look to the left. It's easier when you look to the left to push your left shoulder a little bit backwards. Now try to keep your left hip nice forward. And then change. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Stretching your right arm, pushing your left hand in front of your belly towards the right, aiming for length on the right side. Stretching, creating space, and then change again. Bring the weight a little bit more to the left foot. It helps you to lengthen the left side easier, but it also helps you to strengthen your left leg. Pushing the right hand. The palm is facing to the wall of the left of you. And then change, and you do the same thing with the left hand. Push your left hand in front of your belly towards the right, stretching and aiming for length on the right side. Looking to the right will help you to move your shoulder away from the ear and keep your hip forward, right hip. And then both arms go up, and then behind your back, you interlace your fingers again. And now this time you place your knuckles on top of your sacrum, and you push your sacrum forward. You lift your ribcage, entire ribcage goes up, and you squeeze your elbows closer and closer, and you lengthen your neck, and you relax your jaws, and you can shake your head like no, and you cannot yes, and you squeeze the ball, and you lift your ribcage higher, and you can lean back even more because you push your hips forward. Exhale, reach your arms forward, bend your knees, interlace your fingers, round your back, so don't arch your spine, no, round your spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. Turn your palms open towards the wall in front of you. Try to keep your arms floating in line of your shoulders, just parallel with the floor, and you squeeze the ball again because it's helpful to engage more of your pelvic floor muscles, which will help you to support your hips a little bit more. Then inhale, lengthen, and exhale, release the arms. Open your arms again up, all the way up. And then open your arms sideways. You're going to push your palms away. So it's like stop, push your arms away. Lower your shoulders. Try to keep your head above your shoulders and draw some circles with the entire arm. So it's a small movement, trying to keep the rest of your body super, super still. So lengthen the arms, push your palms away, and notice your breath. How are you breathing? Are you still breathing? Can you have some control about your breath? And then turn the opposite direction. So slow it down, your breathing, by exhaling longer. Making your exhales a little bit longer will help you to take in deeper inhales. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and push them down and lift them up. And it's like pushing your arms through something thick, like a thick soup. You're going to push your arms through it and then lift your arms. Push and lift. Try to keep your arms really nice and strong. Flex your hands. Trying to bring your fingertips up and down, up and down. 4 to go. There we go. 4, 3, 2, and this is the final one. Stay low. Now turn your thumbs kind of backwards. I have to turn my microphone thing. And then quick as possible, move your arms up and down, up and down. It's a short, sharp movement. As quick as you can. By pushing your palms down, you will activate more of your tricep muscles, the back of your arms gets stronger. Lift your rib cage, move your shoulders a little bit more backwards. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades together on the behind you, on your back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your arms and release the tension from your neck and shoulders. So move your head a little bit around. Then push your arms backwards without moving your chest forward. So try to stabilize yourself by just only move the arms. Just move your arms, and the rest you want to keep it still as possible. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep it small and push your arms back, 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 back. So it's like, oh, you're teasing yourself. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and release the arms. Shake your arms, shake your neck, shake your shoulders, shake your hips. Move yourself a little bit around and then circle your shoulders back. Placing your hands on your hips, and now you can just circle only the hips. Is it possible to circle the hips only? Trying to keep your shoulders and your head nice and still. For 4, 3, 2, 1, opposite direction. So you can also imagine that you only circle the knees and then your hips will follow. For 4, 3, 2, and release. Then you can move the ball, remove the ball, place it somewhere nearby because we're going to need it anyways. And then separate your legs nice and wide. Hands on your hips, hips go back, chest goes forward, and then push your knees outwards to the corners of your mat. You don't want to push your knees forward, you want to push your knees outwards. By keeping your hands on your hips, you can stabilize the hips. You want to lengthen your chest. So you push your hips back and you lean forward with your chest. Upper body leans a little bit forward. Don't arch your spine, don't round your spine. Try to keep it nice and long. Push with your heels because then it's easier to engage more of your thigh muscles. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay down. Hands on your thighs, lengthen your upper body. Trying to push with your left hand firmly on the inside of your knee so you can turn your left shoulder down and turn your right shoulder up. Don't drop your shoulders, but keep your shoulders away from the floor. Drop your hips if you have the ability to drop the hips. Do so because it's nice to also feel the stretch in your inner thighs. Looking over the right shoulder. Can you shake your head? Can you still smile? How's your breathing doing? Taking an exhale and then inhale, go back. Right hand on the inside of the right knee. Turn your right shoulder down, turn your left shoulder up. Try to lengthen your entire back. So from your coccyx, your tailbone towards the crown of the head, you try to create more space, which makes it easier to turn, to twist a little bit deeper. So feel how you can work with your feet, your toes, your hands on your thighs, especially the right hand is more active. Exhale and inhale, come back up. Now lift your shoulders towards the ears, bend your knees, and bring your shoulders above the hips. So this time you don't lean backwards with your hips. You're going to push your hips underneath your shoulders and you bring your shoulders above the hips. If you want to narrow this tent a little bit more, it's possible. So you can bring your feet a little closer. If you feel sliding, undo your socks. Flat feet on the floor also is more helpful. Bring your arms sideways and up. Do not interlace your fingers behind your head, but bring just your fingertips behind your head. Your fingertips. And then push your elbows as wide as possible. Now sink a little bit deeper and turn with your upper body sideways. Don't lean forward or neither lean backwards. So it's just only sideways. And don't go as deep as possible. Just feel where you have the ability to go inhaling and exhaling, going back up. So it's inhale, go down, and exhale, go up. Inhale, go down, and exhale, go up. Inhale, and exhale. Look forward, because if you're going to look sideways, your upper body is going to turn. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This is for your obliques. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, go down. Exhale, push with your feet. Do not move your legs. Try only to move your upper body. So it's down and up. 4 to go. 4. 4 on this side as well. 3. Push, 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 push. And up. Exhale. In and exhale. In and exhale. The final one. There we go. Inhale. You're doing great. Go on. And up. That's it. Move your arms out, hands on your hips. And then we're going down with your hips back and your chest forwards in steps of 2. So it's down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. It's nice to release the tension from your legs. And on the other side, it's also nice to feel like you're contracting your muscles a little bit firmer. To do it slower, you feel more action going on. Down, down, up, up. 3 to go. There we go. 3, up, up, 2, up, up. And the final one, stay low, hands on your thighs again. This time you can turn your right shoulder down first, lifting the left side of the rib cage, look over the left shoulder, feel how you can push with your right hand on the inner thigh. And now try to bring your left hand sideways and back, and then trying to grab the right thigh with your left hand. So both of your hands are somewhere on your right leg. Can you look over your left shoulder easier now? Can you keep your hips nice and stable? Exhale to go deep, little bit deeper. And then inhale, bring it back and lift yourself up again. So place your left hand firmly on your left thigh, turning your left shoulder down, looking over the right shoulder, moving your right arm sideways, backwards, and then turn your right hand so you can grab the inside of your left leg maybe, or somewhere you can feel your left hip, turning your right shoulder back, look over the right shoulder, squeezing your abdominals a little bit more. It's a little bit more tense. Exhale. And then you bring it back, and then you lift yourself on the inhale, and then you turn your toes forwards. Now roll your chest forwards, bend your knees, drop your head, drop your arms, bend the knees. It's easier to fold forwards, and then swing your upper body between your legs from side to side. Feel how you can swing your upper body. Now turn to the left or the right, to the short end of your mat, and step your feet hip distance apart. Then forward fold over your thighs. Behind your back, you interlace the fingers. You squeeze the palms of your hands together, and you move your shoulders away from the ears. While moving your shoulders away from the ears, try to squeeze your shoulder blades closer and closer to each other. Then drop your head, shake your head, bend your knees even more so you can lean with your chest on your thighs. Make it more accessible, nicer to create space in your lower back especially. And then turn your left shoulder to your left knee and turn your right shoulder all the way away from your knee, trying to keep your knees parallel. So both knees are pointing forwards. Then turn your right shoulder towards your right knee and lift your left shoulder away from the left thigh. Feel how you can turn your chest without moving your thighs. So again, bring your chest closer to your thighs, and then turn your left shoulder to the left knee and turn your right shoulder away from the right side. And then again, once more, left shoulder away from the left side, lifting the left side, tipping the right shoulder over to the right, and then exhale, forward fold over your thighs, trying to push your legs away with your upper body. So don't create space. Now keep your upper body against your thighs and push with your upper body, your thighs all the way back. And now your sit bones are reaching up for the ceiling. Can you drop your neck? Can you lengthen your neck? Can you move your shoulders away from the ears? And then slowly bring your hands to the floor. There you place your hands on the floor, and now you walk your feet away from the hands. Land on your knees, both knees nice underneath the hips, hands underneath your shoulders, rounding the spine on the exhale. Lifting your rib cage on the inhale. Exhale, rounding your spine in cat stretch. So make it really nice and effortless for your entire back. And then inhale, lift. And exhale, round your spine. And then swing your hips from side to side. Can you feel how you can swing your hips sideways? Can you feel, are you leaning with your shoulders in the same direction or in the opposite direction? Both is good, but just know what you're doing. Just notice how your body reacts to these movements. And then swing your hips to the left, turn your hips over the heels to the right, and then come forward. Also in trying to engage your fingers. So use your fingertips, push your fingertips into the mat. One more circle from the left to the right, and then try to find the ball again. When you have the ball, place the ball underneath your hands. If you're not using a ball, you can just lengthen your arms. You're going to lay down on your legs, on your hips, on your belly, and you place your hands next to each other, just over the ball. Place your full head in between your arms. Can you push your pubic bone a little bit more deeper into the mat? If it's too soft, your mat, or if it's too thin, and you can feel your bones too much on the floor, then place something underneath it, because it's so much nicer to make it nicer for yourself. And then you can really push your hips down without hurting your hips and contract more of your muscles. So use something underneath your hips if it's needed. Lift your head off the floor, look at your ball or whatever you can place your hands on. Even on a sweater, you can do it. And then you pull with both of your arms nice and long, the ball towards you, and you lift your rib cage. Exhale, you go slowly forward and try to lengthen yourself even more, and then pull your navel in and then slowly lower down your rib cage. Try to feel how you have your feet. Try to keep your feet on the floor. When you inhale, you lift your rib cage, you lift your head, and you pull your hands towards you. And exhale, push it away. It's nice to create a little bit more mobility in your back. And also it helps you to feel how you can work with your abdominals. So feel that you can pull your belly in, lengthen yourself, and try to hover with your belly above the floor. So can you float above the floor and still lengthen your arms as far forward as possible without touching the floor with your belly? And then you come back up. Inhale up, use your feet, push your feet down, and exhale, push the ball forward. Try to hover above the floor. Just float above the floor with your rib cage, with your belly, with your face. And then once more, pull your arms towards you, lift yourself up, push your feet down, and then slowly roll back to your belly. Now, when you're on your belly, you can leave the ball where it is. Sometimes it rolls away and then I have to walk through the room to grab the ball, but this time it's fine. Place both of your hands underneath your forehead. Your elbows are pointing sideways. You bring your legs closer and closer together, and you're going to push down the top of the right foot. You can do it while tucking the toes under or push down your toes, whatever you prefer. Now lift your left leg, but keep your hips stable. So don't move your hips. Your hips are both of them on the floor. Left hip bone, right hip bone, and your pubic bone. And now you're going to bend and stretch your left leg. Still pushing your right foot into the floor, trying to keep your right kneecap off the floor. And your left knee is also floating somewhere in space. Bend and stretch your left leg. 4 to go. There we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your left leg bent, but flex the foot and bring the foot more above the knee. So move your foot away from your buttocks and then push your left knee up towards the ceiling. Your left foot goes up, up and down. And it stays in this position. So you don't change the way you have your left leg. The shape stays the same, but you're only pushing your thigh away from the floor. And the right leg is still active. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stretch your left leg and lower it down to the floor and try to release the tension from your legs while exhaling. Sigh it out through your mouth. And shake your hips a little bit. It is very helpful to release the tension, because when you can release the tension, it's also easier to build up your strength and your flexibility. So first, feel how you can swing your hips. Don't feel embarrassed to shake your booty. And then stop in center. Feel your pubic bone. Feel both of your hip bones. Push your left foot under. You can tuck your toes under, or you can push the top of the foot down into the floor so that the left kneecap is not on the floor any longer. Then lift your right leg. Try to keep your hips nice and still. Keep your right leg floating in the air and bend and stretch your right leg. Just slowly bend and stretch it. Feel how you can bend your knee and how you can stretch your knee. Stretch and bend the leg. There we go. For 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Still push with your left foot. Keep your right knee bent. Flex your right foot and try to feel where your right knee ought to be and bring the foot above the knee. And then you keep the shape of the leg in this way. And then you're going to push your heel higher up to the ceiling. It's like you move your right thigh, your upper thigh away from the floor. There we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stretch your right leg as well and lower it down. Place the foot on the floor, relax your knees, bring your knees to the floor and shake your hips and sigh it out through your mouth. Exhale through the mouth. Lengthen your exhale. Then slowly you stop and you bring your hands next to your rib cage. Push yourself up to hands and knees again. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Place your knees underneath your hips. Make sure that you don't overstretch your elbows. Round your spine for a cat stretch. Push your knees down, push your hands down, use your fingers. Inhale, lift your crown and sacrum for cow pose. Rounding the spine for cat stretch. Really make your back as long as possible, and then try to lengthen your rib cage in between your arms forward and lift the crown of your head and your tailbone. And then you round your spine and you stay with a rounded spine, and you're going to swing your hips again from side to side.
Feel how you can push with your knees, how you can push with your hands, and you can maintain a round back. So try to keep your chest away from the floor. Then move your hips all the way to the right. Move your hips gently over the feet. Bring your hips to the left and then exhale, come forward. So it's reaching to the right, reaching to the left, coming forward while exhaling, inhaling, going back for the final round. And then you bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Step your left foot forward in between the hands. Tuck your toes under of the right foot and stretch your right leg. Can you keep your left knee above the left ankle? Are your toes of the left foot pointing straight forward, and are your toes of the right foot also pointing straight forward, not sideways? Your heel is hidden behind your ankle bone, and then you're going to lift your hips, hips, hips by pushing the left foot down and then lower the right knee almost to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, almost to the floor, and this is the final one going up. Now try to lift your toes of the front foot, left foot, lift them. Keep a micro bend in the knee. It's very helpful to prevent yourself from overstretching, and at the same time, you're still using all the strength from the back of your leg. Take another deeper inhale, and exhale, slowly bring the left foot back on the floor, also your right knee back on the floor, right knee on the floor, and then you lift your hands, and you place your hands somewhere on your left leg. Now push your hands down, push your right knee down, so you don't have to change the way you have your hips here, and then you lift your rib cage away from your thigh, trying to bring space between the ribs and the left side of your thigh, and then move your shoulders back and down. Push your right knee down, bring your arms forwards and up, lengthen your arms, exhaling, moving your arms sideways and down. 2 to go. Inhale up, lift, maybe even look up if you find your balance, and exhale, slowly lower down. While squeezing your inner thighs together, it is helpful to find your balance with a little bit more ease. Now exhale, bring your hands above your face together, and then slowly bring your hands on the inside of your left foot. Move your left foot a little bit more to the left. Now slide your left hand on the inside of the left foot behind your left foot. So your left elbow is going to be behind your calf muscle. Can you see? Now place your hand somewhere there. My thumb is behind my heel. And I'm going to push with my left elbow against my calf muscle. And I'm going to look underneath my left thigh. So it's more like a play for little children, like peekaboo. Can you see me? Shake your head, shake it yes, shake it no. Push your left calf muscle forward with your left arm, with your left elbow. Feel how you're hanging there in your groins. Now you can lift yourself up by pushing your palms down, place your left hand on the inside of your thigh, and then move your left leg away again. We're going to do the exactly same thing on the right side. So step your right foot forward in between the hands. Right foot stays on the right side of the mat though, and your toes are a little bit more forward than the fingertips. Tuck under the toes of the left foot. Is your right knee still above the right ankle? Can you see your toes of the left foot? When you drop your head and your heel is pointing up towards the ceiling and your right toes are also pointing forwards. Then we're going to lift the rib cage, the hips, and then lower your left knee almost to the floor. So it's in and up, and exhale, slowly bring it down. Inhale up, and slowly bring it down. Final one, going up, stay up. Now lift your toes of the front foot, push down your heel, bend your knee, and you bring your forehead more towards your shin, towards the front of the foot, the top of the foot. And then looking at your right foot, bringing down the right foot to the floor, bringing down the left knee to the floor. Push your left knee into the floor there where it is. If you want to have something underneath the knee to make it softer, do so. Grab whatever you need. Push the right foot down, bring both of your hands towards the right thigh, and then on the inhale, you lift your rib cage away from the thigh. Make sure that you have your shoulders on your back, squeeze your inner thighs. It helps you to provide yourself with more stability, and then bring your arms forwards. 3 times we go up, and sideways you go down, and you look forward. You can stay looking forward. If you find it hard to balance, then make it easier. But if you have the ability to look up and look back and then move your arms sideways and down, do so. So you can cactus your arms around. And cactus your arms around is like bringing your elbows behind your back closer and closer and closer. And then place your hands on the inside of the right foot.
You can move your right foot a little bit more to the right, so you can push with your shoulder against your knee, and also your knee can push against your right shoulder. Then bring your right hand just behind the right foot, slide it a little bit more behind, so your right elbow is behind your right calf, and then you're going to push your hips back, and at the same time, you're going to drop your left elbow. You try to drop your left elbow, and you push your right leg forward with your elbow. So your elbow needs to be behind the calf muscle. So your right hand is behind. Are you able to see? If I lift my left elbow off the floor, my right hand is just behind my right leg, and I'm pushing my right leg forward. And then you feel also the stretch here in your groin, in your hip flexors. So it will create a little bit more hip mobility. Exhale. Take another deeper inhale, then slowly come back up. Place your right hand on the inside of the right foot again, and then swing your right leg away. Now bring your big toes together, open your knees as far as they go, and then slowly, without hurting your knees, you're going to lower your hips. Stop where you feel that the pressure is too much for your knees, and then try to lengthen your arms, slide your arms and your chest forward, and lower your forehead to the floor. Somewhere in between your arms, in line with your sternum, the center of the chest, in line with your pubic bone, in line with your toes, is the nose on the floor. Can you gently roll your head from side to side? It is very, very nice this way to relax some more your shoulders and a little bit more the neck muscles. Sigh it out through your mouth. It is helpful to relax the tension, to release the tension, because there is a lot of tension sometimes inside the body, and you can release it easier when you use your exhale. So release the tension from your body. Imagine you can just flow it like liquid out of your body. And then slowly bring your head back to center in stillness. Then slide your hands underneath your head, next to your shoulders, underneath your shoulders, closer to your knees, and then slowly pick your head up, look at your belly, and then gently roll up. Now bring your knees together and try to sit on your knees, but then push your knees down and you bring your hips above the knees. Feel how you can push your knees into the floor and try to push your hips, especially your pubic bone, more forward. So push your hips forward. And then you have the capacity to lean back with your shoulders. So pushing your hips forward, pushing your knees down will help you. You can change the way you have your feet. You can tuck your toes under if you prefer to be like this, do so. Sometimes this is nicer for the ankles, for the shins, and you feel like you can push with more ease. Try to squeeze imaginary ball, use it here because there's not so enough space for the ball. Try to squeeze your inner thighs inwards and backwards. Then lift your arms, shoulder height, and keep your arms here. Imagine that you're carrying a tray and you lean back with your back and you go back up. So you lean back with your back and then you go back up. Feel the stretch in the front of your thighs. Don't exaggerate. So it's not like really painful. You can feel like, yeah, here is the stretch and the contracting going on, and trying to lengthen your upper body. So keep your neck nice and long. If you want to untuck your toes, do so. Feel what feels good for you to do. Play with it. Discover what feels nicer. So you have to do both to compare. 4 to go. There we go. 4, 3, 2, go back and go front. Squeeze your buttocks together and hold it here. Now just lift one arm up and look at your thumb. Lower the arm, lift the opposite arm, squeeze the buttocks together, look up, reach up, and then lower the arm. Now try to lift both arms, keep your gaze in between your arms or just forward, what feels good for your neck. And then bring your arms forward and then lower your hands down. Shake your hips. Feel how you can shake your hips, rounding the spine because it's nice for a lower back stretch. And then you walk your hands to the front of your mat. You bring your feet on the floor, you bring your hips on the floor, and you grab the ball again. Grab the ball in between your knees. Grab your knees with your hands and just hang on your thighs. Just feel how you can lean back, lengthening the arms. So there is a really hanging on going on.
And then flex your feet, lift your feet off the floor and find your balance. Pull your belly in, rounding the spine, and then roll through your back. You hold the ball with your knees. You don't cross your ankles. You keep your ankles next to each other, parallel. And then you squeeze your knees as close to your chest as possible without the use of your hands. Separate your arms a little wider, open the palms of your hands, and draw some circles on the ceiling with your knees. Do it slower, slow it down, because when you slow it down, you can feel precisely how you can push your lower back into the floor and how you can draw those circles. You don't have to make them big. More control will help you more. Feel how you can circle around. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circle in the opposite direction. Circle it around again and feel how you can push, really push down your lower back into the mat. Feel how you can turn the circles for your obliques, but also for your rectus abdominis, and especially for your transversus abdominis, your TA. And this is the most important muscle for your belly, but it's like not sexy at all because you're not able to see it. When you train it, you cannot see it, but you can feel the effect of it because your core muscles are getting so much stronger, and you can walk up straight and you have a better waistline. So eventually you can see it, but it's not the show muscles because they're hidden underneath the rectus and the obliques. And then pull your knees closer to your chest and keep your feet next to each other. Can you squeeze the ball a little with your thighs? Now lift your head and shoulders, interlace the fingers behind your neck, and then bring your hands slowly towards the head and then support your head. Don't pull, don't push your head, and don't open your elbows sideways very wide because then your shoulders are back on the floor. So keep your shoulders off the floor, keep the ball close to your face, and then turn the opposite shoulder towards the ball. So change, it's a crisscross, but you don't want to move your hips. Try to only move your upper body, your upper back is turning from left to right and right to left. Feel how you can exhale when you turn. So there's a short exhale here. It's not a lengthening your exhale, slow exhale. It's like, and the inhale will go by itself. If you exhale nicely, the inhale will be there immediately after the exhale. Don't worry about it. So make it short, like blowing out candles. For 4, 3, 2, push your back more into the mat. And the final 1, then turn back to center and lower your head. Now remove the ball in between your knees and towards the hands, and then stretch your legs. Now bring the ball towards your legs. So don't bring your legs to the ball, though, bring the ball to your legs. And then you push the ball against your legs, and you're only going to keep your ball there where it is now, and then you drop your feet and then you stretch your legs. So you drop your feet and you stretch your legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your legs up, tap your toes. Try to tap your toes. Reach up with the ball. Look at your feet. Don't look sideways, look up. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open your feet a little wider so you can grab the ball in between your ankles. Flex your feet, lower your head down, and place your arms beside you on the floor, pretty close to your buttocks. Hands flat. Use your hands as a brake, and then lower your legs together, and then both of your legs go up. If you feel your lower back is arching, when you feel your lower back is coming off the floor, then don't lower your head so far. You can also lift your head. It is also helpful because you will contract a little bit more of your abdominal muscles. Pull your muscles in and lift them up. 2 more to go. Just 2 to go. And go back up. And then the final one, push your lower back into the floor and lift your legs up again. Keep your legs up, flex your feet, point your feet, shake your head, roll your head from side to side, bringing your head back to center, and then keep your feet flexed. So activate your feet,
And then lift your hands, head off the floor, and then reach for the opposite ankle. With the left hand, you're going to tap the right ankle, and with the right hand, you're going to tap the left ankle. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remove the ball, bend your knees, place your right foot on the floor and stretch and bend your left leg in the air. Your right foot is firmly on the floor. You can feel the center of the heel, you can feel the center of the big toe. Then stretch your left leg, bring the ball behind your left kneecap in the increase of your knee, and then bend your knee and squeeze the ball between your thigh and your calf muscle. Flex the foot, because you can relax the foot, but then there is nothing going on here in the front of your leg. So you can train these muscles also on your shin by flexing the foot, and it enables you to sit on your haunches easier. Now feel that you don't have an arch in your lower back. So tilt your hips a little bit by pushing the right foot down, but also contract your abdominal muscles a little bit more by pulling your navel down and in and up. TA is active. Open your arms sideways and now draw those circles with your left leg. Feel how you can draw those circles with your left leg. We go for 4, 3, without moving the right leg, 2, and 1, opposite direction. We go to do here 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your left knee closed. Lift your head and shoulders. Interlace the fingers behind your head. Support your head. You can also use the ball, but I prefer to have the ball in the increase of my knee now. So I use my hands. Lift up your right leg. Flex your right foot. And lower only the right leg. Try to keep your left leg now as still as possible. Keep your right leg nice and long. And if you feel your back is arching, so you feel your back is moving, then don't go so low with the right leg. You want to maintain a flat back on the floor. So push your lower back into the floor. Exhale when you push it down. Inhale when you lift it up. For 4, 3, 2, and this is the final one. And then it goes up, and then you lower your head and your shoulders, and then you remove the ball. Just close your eyes. Keep the ball in one of your hands so it won't roll away. Can you feel the difference already in your legs? Now bend your knees, keep your feet close to your buttocks, and then lower one leg at a time. Place your feet behind your buttocks on the floor. Now tilt your hips, open your eyes, round your spine, lift your buttocks off the floor, step your feet a little closer towards your buttocks, so stand on your toes, lift your hips as high as possible, and place the ball underneath your hips. So not underneath your buttocks, but more underneath your hips, like the bony part of your hips. And just below that, you place the ball. So it's not in your lower back. It's neither underneath your buttocks. It's underneath your hips. Then place your feet flat on the floor. Now bring your feet closer and closer and drop your knees outward. You can slide with your shoulders a little bit more up so you can find more stability. Can you feel how you can drop your knees sideways, but keep your feet together? Create more space here in your groins, in the inner thighs. Feel how you can lift your arms. Can you mobilize, keep yourself nice and still with your shoulder by pushing your shoulders down, pushing your feet, the outside of your feet and ankles on the floor, and then open your arms sideways and exhale, push your arms up. Just keep floating here with your legs. Up and down with the arms. 4 to go. 4, 3. Can you feel the difference between your inner thighs? 2, and up. And this is the final one. Open your arms. You can place your arms on the floor and try to push your heels closer and closer to each other. Feel how you can drop your knees. Can they sink deeper and deeper? Do you feel like their one side is going lower than the other side? Take another deeper inhale and exhale, push your knees slowly up again. Now, the ball is underneath your hips. You have your arms nice and wide and going to lift one foot at a time, trying to stabilize your hips because you're contracting your abdominal muscles. Pushing your hips on the ball, pushing the ball deeper and deeper into the floor. And if you have the ability to reach up for the ceiling, then go reach up for the ceiling with the foot that you're lifting. So exhale, place your foot down, and inhale, reach up for the ceiling and then lower it down. 3 to go with this leg, and 3 to go with this leg. So there we go for 3. 3 and 3. The final 2. And this is the final one with your first leg, and then lower it down, gently place it back on the floor, and lift your opposite leg and place it down and stand on your toes, and then lift your hips as high as possible. Try to lift your ribcage even higher, and then interlace the fingers behind your back. Move the ball to one particular side, interlace your fingers behind your back, and push your arms down, slide your shoulders, elbows closer, place your feet back on the floor, and feel how you can push your chest higher by pushing your arms deeper into the mat. Can you still shake? No, just gently, gently. It's not a big movement, but you have the ability to roll your heads gently from side to side. Then stand on your toes, remove your arms, broaden your shoulders, and then gently rolling down with your hips. And then you place your left foot firmly on the floor. Make sure that you can feel your toes, but the center of the big toe, the center of the heel. Grab the ball, stretch your right leg, and bring it back and up and down. And then you have your right leg all the way up. You place the ball in the increase of your knee. You bend your knee so you can squeeze the ball in between your thigh and your calf muscle, and you have to flex the foot. So the toes of your right foot are pointing up towards the ceiling. Lower your head to the floor, and now start drawing those circles with your right leg. Feel how you can draw those circles with your right leg. Gently draw those circles. We do for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Opposite direction for 6, because most of the time the opposite direction is a little harder to do. So there we go for the final 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right knee close to your chest. Lift your head and shoulders. Can you feel how you can push your lower back against the floor? Interlace the fingers behind your neck. Then bring your hands up towards the head. Support your head. Keep your elbows not too close, because then you will be pulling on your neck. Keep your elbows not too wide, because then your shoulders are back on the floor. But keep your elbows nice and wide. And then bring your left knee closer to your chest. Stretch your left leg up. Flex the left foot. There's more strength in it. And then lower your left leg down and lift it up. So it's exhale, push it down. By pushing it down, you have the ability to contract more of your abdominal muscles, but also to keep your leg more active. So push it down and up. Try not to move the right leg, just only the left leg this time. 6 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and the final one. And then your left leg goes up again. Your head and shoulders are going to be back on the floor. Then move the ball from the right increase of your knee, and bend your legs and stretch your legs. Bend and stretch. This time, without a ball, you place your feet behind your buttocks on the floor. You separate your knees and you slide your feet, the soles of your feet, all the way together. Now, can you feel that you're articulating the arch of your spine? So this time, your ribs are moving away from your hips. You're lengthening your waistline in the front of your body. You're stretching a little bit more. Your rectus abdominals, your obliques also get a little bit more benefits of the stretching. And at the other side, your back side, you're contracting the muscles a little bit more. Can you feel, so you can squeeze your buttocks muscles together, your glutes, and then swing yourself from side to side. So rock yourself, just rock yourself. You can use your elbows by pushing your elbows down. You can also try to relax the arms and work from your thighs. Can you tap the floor with the outside of your leg? For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now just slide one foot over the floor. So don't lift your foot, just slide one foot over the floor away and relax your thigh. Feel how pleasant it feels, how nicely it feels. And then slide the opposite foot also in the same way over the floor. So don't lift your foot, just slide it away. Then you slide one foot up. Then you drop your knee to the outside, and then you slide it away again. 2 more to go. So you pull your leg towards you, you drop it, and then you slide it away. And this is the final one with this leg up, drop it and slide it away. It's very nice for your hip socket. And it also helps you to get a little bit more space in the back of your back. Same thing with the opposite foot. So first, bring your leg closer, drop your leg, and then slide it away. So pull your foot over the floor towards your buttocks, drop your knee to the outside, then slide your foot away, and this is the final one. So once more, pull your foot over the floor towards you, drop your knee, and slide your foot away. Now you have both legs nice and long, interlace the fingers above your head, and turn the palms open towards the ceiling. Reach your arms all the way back. Feel how long you can make yourself. Really nice and long. Take a good deep inhale. And exhale, bring your arms all the way back up. Then roll to your side. Just lay on your side. Because we have a little bit more time. This is annoying me. My watch was making noise. So move your hips to the back of your mat. Slide your foot a little bit more forward and feel on which side do you lay. So if you're laying on your left side, then you don't want to lay on the left side of your rib cage. If you're laying on the right side, you don't want to lay on the right side of your rib cage. So lengthen your arm and then move your shoulder a little bit closer to your hip. And that is helpful, but because now you can lift your rib cage off the floor, and yet now you can lengthen the top leg a little bit longer. So if you look at your legs, if you look at your feet, then you can lengthen the top leg longer. It seems like it looks longer, but if you're going to do it on the other side, you also have the other leg longer. So it's just for now for the exercise. Push the bottom leg really firmly into the floor. Place your hand in front of your belly on the floor. So don't lean back, but just lean a little bit more on your side. Feel how you can push the outer leg into the mat and then lift your top leg. Flex the foot and lower it down. Make sure that your toes are pointing forward. We go up and down for 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep your leg here just above the floor, floating, and now bring it forwards and backwards. We're going to bring it forwards and backwards. 4 more to go. There we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it here. Now down and up. Down and up. You don't have to tap the floor, so you don't have to lower the foot all the way to the floor, but down and then up. So make a difference going between down and up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pull your knee closer to your chest, lower it down, and thank your butt on this side a little bit, and then push your outer hip into the mat and lift the bottom leg off the floor. So I'm laying on the left side. That means that I'm lifting off my left leg off the floor. Flex the left foot. It's very helpful to engage a little bit more of your inner thigh muscles and also to use your pelvic floor muscles again a little bit more. So lift and lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it up and up, up, up. Up, up, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down. Roll to your belly and place your hands underneath your forehead and swing your hips from side to side for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place your hands next to your rib cage. Push yourself through hands and knees. Make a round spine, really nice and round. Inhale, lift your rib cage. Exhale, round your spine as round as possible. And then you walk your knees towards your hands, and then you slide with your knees in between your hands, and then you bring your legs to the opposite side of the mat, and then you lay down on the opposite side, because we have both sides of the body which need to train, because otherwise we're going to walk crooked through the day. So don't bring yourself in a crooked way. So again, trying to lift the ribcage off the floor, and it's doable because when you slide your shoulder away, not away, but closer to your hip, then you have more ability to push the hip down. The bottom leg is going to be down on the floor. Your legs are a little bit diagonally forward. It's also nicer to stabilize yourself. Don't slide forwards with your chest. Keep your head, your shoulders, and hips in one straight line. And then your legs are diagonally forwards. You place your hand in front of your belly. You push your outer hip firmly into the floor. Then you lift the top leg off the floor. You lengthen it even a little bit more. And then you flex the foot or you point the foot. If you point, go up, then you flex, go down. But if you flex, go up, then you point, go down. So change whatever it feels nice to do. It's up and down for 8 to go. There we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your leg up. Keep your leg up like hip distance high. So not too high and not too low. And then you bring it forward, forward, forward. And you try to bring it back, 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 back. But don't move your upper body. Try to keep your upper body nice and still. So flex forward, point, go back, and flex forward. And point, go back. 3 more to go. 3, 2, find your stability by engaging your abdominal muscles. 2, this is the final one. Go forward and keep your leg here just floating in front of you, and then go down and up. You don't need to tap the floor. If it's very easy for you to do and without any pain or suffocation in your hips, then do so. But it's not necessary to lower the foot all the way down to the floor. Just lower and lift, lower and lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the final one. And then you pull your knee towards your chest and you lower it down, and you can tap and thank the hip, the butt, maybe your hamstring connection there. And then lengthen everything a little bit more onto the floor. And you can place your hand somewhere on your hip. You want to keep a long waistline. You flex the foot of the bottom leg. You flex it because then there is more contraction going on, and it goes up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower it down to the floor and roll to your belly. And again, place your forehead underneath your hands and your hands underneath your forehead, and then swing your hips and sigh it out. This is a Sunday morning, well spent. Good job. Feel how your body is reacting to it. How are your shoulders doing? Can you move your shoulders away from the ears? Because all these exercises on your side, they also infect your neck a little bit more. They affect your neck. They have some tension there. They bring some tension. So now bring your hands underneath your, or next to your rib cage, and then place your hands there and push yourself up. Separate your knees nice and wide. Bring your toes together and lower your hips all the way to your feet if it's possible. If it's not possible, don't do it. Now bring the ball underneath your forehead, or you might want to use a pillow, but the benefit of the ball, it's just only your forehead. And with the pillow, don't push your nose into it because you want to be able to breathe. You can lengthen the arms and you can try to roll your head from side to side. Just gently move your ball a little bit from side to side to help relaxing the neck muscles, the tension out of your neck. You can bring your hands a little closer so you have a little bit more control with the arms, but you have your forehead heavy on the ball and you just roll the ball from side to side. Not too quick, gently, slowly. You can draw also a circle, opposite direction. Feel how you can move. And then slowly you bring your head back to center. Then you straighten the arms, you push your hands down, and then you slide your hands towards your shoulders, and you bring your chin towards your chest, and vertebra by vertebra, you roll up. Roll up. If it's not possible to sit on your heels, then bring your legs forward. If it's possible to sit on your heels, separate your legs, lift your rib cage, move your shoulders away from the ears. Exhale slowly. And then lean forward, place your hands on the floor, bring your knees together, tuck your toes under,
and sit on your haunches. If you sit on your haunches, can you have space between your legs? Enough space for your head. So if you drop your head can be in between your knees. Create the same distance between your feet, the same distance as you have between your knees. So your toes are pointing forward and your heels are pointing back. You have your arms wrapped around your legs, and now you're going to push your arms against your leg, but you're not moving your legs inward because you resist with your legs. So feel how you can push with your legs against your arms. Drop your head. Lengthen your entire back from your coccyx, from your tailbone, all the way up along your back, creating space between all these vertebrae, leaning forward more on your hands. Feel how you can push your hands down, and then you're going to lift your hips up, stand in a forward fold, grab the elbows, push your elbows a little closer to the floor. Now use your big toes for more firmness. So push your big toes into the floor like you're pushing pins into your mouth. Then drop the head. Don't look at your arms, neither look at your feet, but try to look for the ceiling. And then swing your upper body around your legs without moving your legs. So can you stabilize your legs and swing your upper body around your legs? Sigh it out. Exhale through your mouth. And try to lengthen your exhales. Feel how you're inhaling, and now slowly exhale, and then bring yourself back to center. Take another deeper inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. You still have your knees bent, and then bring your hands over your shins toward your knees. Just above your knees, so not on top of your knees, but above your knees. You place your hands, you spread your fingers, you use your hands, you bend your knees even more, you push your hips back, and then draw some circles with your knees. Feel how you can draw those circles with your knees. Circle in the opposite direction for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then roll up vertebra by vertebra. You roll up. Now inhale, lift your arms sideways and up. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind your back. Squeeze the palms together. Place your hands, your knuckles on your sacrum. I have to remove my audio cassette. And then push your hips forwards and then lift your sternum even higher. So also here, make a back bend. How far can you push your hips forward? How far can you lean back? Do you feel more spacious? And exhale. Bring your hands in front of you. Round your spine as much as you can. Imagine that you have a tail and you're pulling your tail in between your legs and you pull it forward. So now your buttocks is going to pointing toward your increases of your knees, and your chin is tucked to your chest, and that's why you can look at your belly and you're pulling your belly in and you're rounding your spine. Inhale, lift your arms, lengthen your legs, stretch your thighs. Make yourself as long as possible. Take a good deep inhale. Now move both arms to the right, look to the left, but imagine yourself standing in between 2 glass plates. So you have no possibility to lean forward or backwards, just only sideways. And stretch the left side, make it longer and longer. So don't go for the depth on the right side, but go for length on the left side. And then inhale back to center and do the same thing on the opposite side. So feel how you stand on both of your feet. Imagine yourself still standing in between these glass plates, and then you feel how you can reach the right side up and over to the left. Feel how you stand on both of your feet. Exhale, inhale, go back up. Now lower your hands, hands on your hips, swing your hips from side to side, opposite direction. And then bring your arms up, sideways and up. Take a good deep inhale, hold your inhalation. Exhale, slowly lower your arms down, gaze forwards. Inhale once more, up. Hands together, lower your hands in front of the heart while exhaling. And thank yourself for all your effort. I thank you for your participation. Stay happy, healthy, and sane. And then I hope to see you next week.